This is Rob Lay with 1980s Sports Cards, and we have a fun one today. This is a stack of my 10 most valuable 1980s sports cards. So we're going to do a quick countdown from 10 to number 1, and then I've got a bonus nice surprise honorable mention. So let's get into it. In number 10, the Dwight Gooden Flair Update. This card only has a population of 200, and it's got a value about $785. All these values I just pulled up today based on recent sales, so they're pretty accurate for the comps. So $785 on a PSA 10 with only a 200 population count. Of course, Dwight Gooden didn't become a big Hall of Famer, but for all of us that collected in the 80s, he was one of the biggest hits. An exciting player there for a few years. So number 10, Dwight Gooden. Again, Dwight Gooden in the number 9 spot. We have the tops traded Dwight Gooden in a PSA 10. This one's about the same value, $800, but it has about twice the population count as the Flair. This one's got a population count of almost 400. Number 9, Dwight Gooden. Next up, a different player, Maddux, one of the great pitchers of all time. 87 tops traded in a PSA 10. The value of this one jumps up to $860 with quite a higher population as well, 667. All right. In the number 7 spot, very recognizable card from the 80s, maybe one of the most recognizable. 86 tops traded, Bo Jackson, PSA 10. This one almost is hitting $1,000 at $965, and there's a pretty high population as well with 1,153. But that's an epic classic card from the 80s right there. All right, another recognizable card, the 1985 tops Kirby Puckett rookie. Now, get the 85 tops, and they're really hard gem rates, so that's why these PSA 10s are worth quite a bit. This one, again, is just short of $1,000 at $990, with a little lower population than the Bo Jackson traded. This one has a population of 551. And next up, another 1985 tops, Roger Clemens. And this one's probably the most standout card in the set. Again, a real low gem rate on the PSA 10, so this is a special card. And this one comes in at $1,225 with a population, with all the cards they made for 85 tops, there's only 380 PSA 10s. So that's a special 80s card right there. So all those were PSA 10s, and this is my highest baseball 1980s card, and it's not even a PSA 10. Imagine that. This is a PSA 9 of the Barry Bonds Tiffany tops traded, and this is still a $1,250 card. The PSA 10 would go for $6,000 or $7,000, and that's why I don't have it. I've got the PSA 9, and you know, even in a PSA 9, there's a high pop count on this. In the Tiffany 2, 1,930. So there's a lot of cards out there in the PSA 9. They're just really hard to gem, and that's why the value is so high. All right, those are the last of the baseball cards. This probably is not going to be recognizable to a lot of people, but it should be. This is the Ayrton Senna F1 card, and probably if you don't know very much about F1, he's the GOAT. He's the greatest of all time. He's the Michael Jordan, he's the Tom Brady, he's Ayrton Senna, and this is his rookie card, a 1984 Panini sticker, and really, really low grades on these. No PSA 10s, no 9s. In a 6 here, you guys, this is going to blow your mind. In a PSA 6, there's only 42 cards at a PSA 6 or higher, and they really jump up in value as well. This card value-wise has been hurting lately. The current value is only $1,800, but kind of in the 2021, 22 boom, and when F1 was taken off, well, this was an $18,000 card. There's a couple of these PSA 6s that sold for $18,000. So that's a 90% decrease. And fortunately, I just bought it this year. So I bought it at about $1,800. So I haven't lost much money on it, but it seems to still be trending down. Because it's the GOAT, because it's rare, because I got low gem rates, I personally think it should be a lot more. Maybe not $18,000, but you know, this should be a $4,000 or $5,000 card at least. All right, let's get in basketball, and I'm sure you guys can imagine what's coming up. But the first one up is the Jordan Star rookie card in a BGS 7.5. And this is his rookie of the year. This is not what people out of the 3-star cards, they don't consider this one the top one, but the new number 288 rookie of the year is still a great card in a BGS 7.5. And we've got a current value on this of $6,750. And I think this is another card, especially when you compare it to the 86 Flair, that should be worth a lot more money. The population counts on this in Puckett at a 7.5 and higher is only 255. Now, if you want to compare this to maybe like a PSA 6, the PSA 6 and higher is 135. So this is a real low grading card, low populations. Came out 2 years before the 86 Flair. So I don't know if you think it should be worth less or more than the 86 Flair. Please leave your comment on that opinion. Finally, as you might expect, is the GOAT, is his commonly accepted rookie card, one of the most sought after. And this is in a PSA 8. They're now selling for about $8,000. In the past, in the 2021, 2022 boom, there was a PSA 8 that actually sold for $35,000. Now, I need to double check if that was an autograph card or not. It may be. That may have been why it was very high. But during that time, I know for sure there were some non-autograph cards that sold for $15,000, $20,000. So, you know, that shows you how much this one is kind of corrected, but it's done pretty well the last year. So, population count, this will blow your mind. This is my number one card for the 80s. It's probably the number one 80s card in a lot of people's collection. At a PSA 8 and higher, population count of 12,500. So there's really high populations on this, but that shows you how sought after this card is. One of the most epic cards of the 80s. So that's it for my top 10. The total value of those cards adds up to about $25,000. But to wrap it up, let's go here. And yep, 1979, so it did not make the cut. Of course, it would have made the top 5 or so in a PSA 6. And this is the peachy blue line rarity version. So it's a year off making the cut, but I figured you'd want to look at it as well. The GOAT of hockey. So, all right, take care. Hope you enjoyed that, the top 10, and take care.